In this week's Voice of the Fan, we asked you which team made the best head coaching hire. Want to know if you were enthusiastic or disappointed about the head coach that your team got. And I'm here with senior editor Eric Edholm to break down your results. And Eric, let's start at the bottom. The Browns' hire of Rob Chudzinski came in last. Only 5% of you thought that was the best head coaching hire. Then Gus Bradley with the Jaguars at 6%. These are two fan bases that are desperate for a good team, especially in Cleveland. Why are these fans so turned off by these hires?
Well, I'm guessing the Cleveland fans wanted Chip Kelly, and they felt like they were either duped by him or they just wasn't as attractive a job. Now, Gus Bradley, I felt like was a good coach this year, good coordinator. And his assistant coaches that he's hired, I mean, they're a little lacking in experience, lacking in pedigree. Meanwhile, you've got Ray Horton and Norv Turner, two really strong assistants there in Cleveland. So I think it makes a pretty good hire.
Going to the middle of the list with Bills, Doug Marrone came at 7%, Mike McCoy with the Chargers at 8%, and then came Chip Kelly from the Eagles with 13% of the vote, came in fourth. Bruce Arians, our coach of the year, came in third with the Cardinals with 16%. Back to Chip Kelly though, Eric. Are you surprised to see him maybe in the middle of this list? He was the hot head coaching candidate, but now that many people are as enthusiastic that he's going to work out.
Well, I think there are two strong reactions to Chip Kelly, and one is admiration or love, and then there's one is suspicion. Is this college offense going to work in the pros? I think the answer is no. I think what he's going to do is adapt his college philosophies to the NFL game. And so I think some people are approaching it with a wait and see attitude. I mean, Philadelphia fans haven't exactly been the most supportive of their head coaches over the years, so there's probably a good mixture of those and people who are really excited about the hire.
I wonder if Chip Kelly decided right away that he's going to Philadelphia, if more people would have been a little enthusiastic about it. To the top of the list, coming in at second is the Bears hire of Marc Trestman, kind of the out-of-the-box CFL hire. And in first place was the Chiefs hiring Andy Reid. 24% of you thought that was the best hire. I don't think it's that surprising Andy Reid comes in first place. Obviously, a great head coaching resume, but I was a little surprised to see this many fans excited about Marc Trestman. This is a Chicago Bears team, and you wrote about this, that the fan base looking for the next great coach really for a long time.
Yeah.
Very disappointed with Lovie Smith, but why do you think these fans are so excited about Marc Trestman?
Well, I think it represents a change for them. A lot of people had grown tired of Lovie Smith. I can see why winning 50-60% of your games every year would get you tired, but back to the subject, I think it's just an offensive coach. There's some intrigue to him. He won Grey Cups up in Canada. Obviously, the goal here in Chicago is to win Super Bowls, and they feel like the best thing for Jay Cutler is to hire a quarterback guru, an offensive coach, a guy with maybe a different bit of perspective. He's a little more scholarly maybe than Lovie Smith was, a little more erudite, if you will. So, maybe a slightly different approach will bring different results here in Chicago.
And you talked about the Browns making good assistant hires. I think a lot of people think that Trestman has made some pretty impressive hires there in Chicago. Mel Tucker on the defensive side of the ball, Aaron Cromer on offense. Yep. And this is a guy that came from the CFL, but we knew he had plenty of NFL experience. Well, Eric, I put you on the spot right now. Which team do you think made the best head coaching hire?
Well, in my opinion, the head coach and the team who made the best fit was Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Now, it may seem a little bit obvious, and I know Reid certainly hasn't had the last two seasons that either he or the Eagles wanted, but I think he has the same blueprint that he had back in 1999 when he started with the Eagles. He thinks he's going to find his quarterback through the draft. This is a team with 6 Pro Bowlers. They only won 2 games, but they've got some talent on that team. I think when they fill in some spots, get some players back from injury, and find that right QB who can run Reid's system, they're going to do some very good things in Kansas City. Look, Peyton Manning may only have a couple years left. The AFC West has been traditionally weak the last couple years, so I really think they've got an opportunity to turn this thing around in a couple of seasons.
I think one of the reasons it took a while for some of these teams to make their hires, this was just not a great group of assistant coaches that were trying to get hired. I think Mike McCoy might do a fine job at San Diego.
Yep.
There's just a lot of question marks about these guys. That's why I kind of agree with you, that what you're going to get from Andy Reid. That was one of the reasons I kind of like the Bears hire too, going Marc Trestman. He's an established guy from earlier in his NFL career. They know what they can do, and I really, again, like the assistants that he hired there in Chicago. So what did you think of the results of this week's Voice of the Fan? Which team made the best head coaching hire? Let us know on our YouTube page and head to our website at profootballweekly.com.